Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 5 of Omnifactory. And let's jump right into it. I have gathered all of the things that we need to craft up 4 more electric blast furnaces. And they're going to each use 3 slots, so we're going to do it like that, and like that. Okay, I need to fill in all of the other places and make some more energetic alloy, but that should be pretty simple. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of it in here. Yep, let's just wire that up, and then I can set this up and we can go on to automating all of our blast furnaces for the time being. Okay, the energetic alloy wire is now in place, and all that I really have left to do is go through and put in all of these coil blocks, which honestly, this feels pretty good. I like getting all this stuff done at once. So I just need one center there, one center there, one center there. Wait. No, I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. I need one center there, and then one center there, and then one center here, and then close it off there. And then the way I'm going to do the output hatches is somewhat different. So let me work my way up here, and then I can explain. So for the 2 over here, the first 2, this one's going to be energetic, and this one is going to be vivid. These 2 are just going to be sterling silver and stainless steel eventually, but that's not for right now. But since these 2 have 2 different inputs, which is the gold and then the energetic alloy blend for the first one, and then the energetic alloy ingot and the ender pearl in the second one, I'm going to use 2 different input hatches, which does work to put all the inputs in them. And I think these are all formed now, right? Yep, it looks like we did it correctly. So I can't really efficiently start auto crafting yet, even though we have those blast furnaces set up. The next step is going to be able to completely automate these circuits. So that's what I'm going to start working on now, I think. The first thing to do is melt down tin. I have an infinite source of tin, so I'm going to use that instead of soldering alloy because I don't have an infinite source of antimony. So let me grab some tin and we can set filters, and then I just need to make a fluid extractor. An MV one, that is. And can I just make it? No, but I'm very close, so let's just do that and then do that. Oh, I don't have a machine frame. Hold on. And here we go, the MV fluid extractor. And I think I'm going to set this up right over here. This mixer is also going to get used for something later on. I will export into a tank, probably. Yeah, I'll export into a tank. Let me grab a tank. There's a tank, and you are auto exporting. So now I just need an export bus to export tin into there, and I will automatically get the tin. And then I'll just have to get a fluid storage bus, which is going to be somewhat painful because those are hard to craft. Okay, so I determined I need an MV assembling machine for this recipe to make capacitors easier, and now we're going to make the thing that we need for it. And is that not working? What did I do wrong? I simply forgot to add in aluminum plates, and now this should begin crafting our first 2 Tier 3 circuits, the electronic processor array. And what I need for these is to make the MV assembling machine, because it requires not Tier 2 circuits, Tier 3 circuits. And there they are, 2 of those, and if I just go over here, shove them in there, I should just be able to craft up an MV assembling machine, which is wonderful. I'm going to, for the moment, shove it right here, and I'll go ahead and spray paint it black. And now, what I can do is just put that in there, and it'll create capacitors for me. Here's also what I'm going to do. Bye-bye, and take that chest, and auto output to that so you don't get clogged up. Wonderful. Now I can make a ton of tier 1 processors very, very easy. However, I do have a bunch backed up, so let's begin the process of auto crafting this. In order to no longer want to die while I craft these processors, which are very expensive, by the way. They take these electronic circuits. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I've decided to make a couple of advanced inscribers, and what I should just be able to do is shove these somewhere where there's power, and I think I'm just going to shove them down here for the moment, and oh my goodness. Right there you go. And you don't get power. Okay, I forgot about that. These are A2 only machines. They don't accept power like the other inscribers do. So what I need to do is put it on one of these AE lines, which should be fairly simple. For now, I think I'm just going to stack them up right here, and now they should have energy. So what I can do is dedicate one of them to silicon, and it'll just create silicon. I can put a full stack up in there. And then I can dedicate another one to, let's say, gold, because I want gold. And then the third one can go ahead and have some electronic circuits in there, and I can take the silicon, put it in there, take some of the gold, put it in there, and it'll just go, which is awesome. I'm going to use these to automate it later. However, I need to automate circuits first. I just need some of these so I can make export buses and import buses and all the like. First things first, I need to export bus a ton of tin into here. And I'll go ahead and fill it up on my own. So now we can put tin there. All I need to do is put a fluid storage bus on that bad boy. And then we can have a bunch of tin to shove wherever we need it. And in this case, it's going to be probably right here. Actually, maybe I won't fluid storage bus it right now. Maybe I'll just shove the assembling machine there and put some ender fluid conduits, because I think that'll be cheaper for the short term. And there we go. I put a couple fluid conduits under there, so it's melting the tin's going in here, and eventually this buffer will fill up. And as you can see, since I have this nice MV assembling machine, might as well use it. I'm crafting up another stack of electronic circuits, and might as well auto output this into a chest for the time being, just so, we don't have to fill up the buffer in there. I'm actually thinking, at this point in time, since I don't have a whole lot of resources, it might be smarter to export into a drawer controller, and then, say, put tin here and make a conveyor to throw the tin right in there. So I'm going to try that. Let's see if I can export tin directly here. It does appear to be shoving tin in there, and now I just need a conveyor. It doesn't have to move items too quickly, so I can literally just do that. And do I have a screwdriver on me? I do not. I have one in my ME system though. So let me grab my screwdriver, please. Mess with that. It is importing items, and then it starts importing. Perfect. So there's going to be a bunch of tin in there, and it's just going to keep working. And it looks like I messed. Oh, there we go. Finish off that stack. So that's step number one. What's next? Let's do phenolic circuit boards next. So I'm going to need a chemical reactor. Okay, there's the chemical reactor. So I can probably just shove this like here, let's say. It is going to need coated circuit boards. So I'm going to need a way to craft coated circuit boards. How am I going to do that? I think I'm going to actually be using an Ender IO crafter, or perhaps a mechanical crafter. So I've decided to go with the mechanical crafters. I don't think they really require anything. They don't require grid power, I don't think. And what I'm going to do, since I have an Ender chest that actually already has jungle wood in it, I'm going to just use one of these to turn... Here, hold on. Let me look up the recipe for coated circuit board. I'm going to use one of these mechanical crafters to make the slabs, and then I'm going to use the other one to make the actual circuit boards. So I'm going to need to move this into here and make slabs, and then I'm going to need to make a drawer with the rubber and import that into here, and then export that into another drawer. So I simply add the rubber to the filter, and it should begin exporting any second now. Or perhaps it'll wait until it's done with this. Ooh, that could be a second. I might need to make some acceleration parts for that. However, let's not stress about that. What I can do is go underneath here and set this up using my wrench. And what I'm actually going to do is fill up a ton of these with drawers, so I won't create too many. Maybe one less in the output. And I'm just going to set up a recipe in here that is literally that, and I guess it decided to make a button. Very cool. However, now we're going to get a bunch of jungle slabs, and They're not going anywhere, are they? Okay, good. I thought I lost some for some reason. However, we're completely fine. This thing is doing its thing, and it actually shows a little image of what it's crafting, which is kind of really cool, actually. Now I'm just going to need to transfer that underneath here as well. I'll do that on a different channel. Probably extract on blue, and then I'll insert on blue. And then I'll get a bunch of these in here. Once again, I'll fill up the input inventory with a bunch of stuff. And then I just need to move this into there. Okay, now I simply set the input recipe in here. And this thing's kind of weird. It doesn't like to follow the rules of what I want it to do, but you know, it's okay, it's okay. Now I have coded circuit boards. And what I'm gonna have to do actually, I think, is extract these out of here on, let's say, cyan, and insert here on also cyan, and then I can set up another drawer, like right there, let's say. Do I want it there? I don't know. Hold on. I think I am going to actually shove them in that drawer right there, and what's going to change is the chemical reactor is not going to actually go in the bottom here. I'm going to shove it directly above that, which is right there. So I should be able to run a conduit up and I fell in my hole. I should be able to just run a conduit up into it and then export phenol into here, and we should be pretty much good. Where is that drawer? Is it right there? Oh man, this is actually a lot nicer than I thought it would be. Extract, up, insert. No, I'm doing green for this one. And it should start inserting the phenolic, or the coated circuit boards. And then what I can simply do is export phenol directly into here, throw phenol in there, and then it should start throwing phenol into here and create the phenolic circuit boards once it registers. Are you good? Wait, wait, hold on, this is wrong. No, this is definitely right. Did I never put a fluid storage bus on phenol? I did not, that's the issue. Okay, let me make a fluid storage bus real quick. And there we go, that is a fluid storage bus, and let's partition it, and now it should start sending all the way up over here. Yep, and we're making phenolic substrates. Perfect. And the way I set this up is it should, if I set the filter, go directly into here, which is perfect. And then I can use a conveyor to just shove it down into there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should use a... Wait, how many things does this take? This takes 4 things, so I'm going to use a drawer with 4 little slots. And let me change that over. Sorry, bud. And since I had the rest of the stuff to fill in the slots for the thing, I'm just gonna set them, and we don't have to worry about it. I'm still making tin. Also, yeah, I broke this thing and lost 64 buckets of molten tin, which is, believe it or not, a lot of tin. I should probably fix this hole as well. So what's next? Let's think about doing resistors. And to craft the resistors, I actually want to be slightly tricky. What I'm going to do is add in another CEF here, but an LV one this time. And please face upwards, thank you. And what I can do is go grab my other assembling machine from up here and use this to craft the resistors. If I just throw it right there. Yeah, you get a U? Perfect. So I'm going to use this 1x2 drawer, and oh no, please don't put anything in it. Oh, come on, dude, really? With these machines, I am pretty much all the way there to automating the production of resistors. And as you can see, I already have a bunch of resistors in there. That's because I had a little baby backlog of coal. But now you can see I have 0 coal, which means I need to make coal somehow, which means we need to get a creeper data model going. So let me insert polymer clay, and it should start going in, correct. And now I just need to hook this up to energy and set up all the filters and stuff. And there we go, all set up. Now it might be a minute before it gives me any pristine matters to shove into here. However, it is started going, which means coal will eventually be produced, which means coal will be eventually shoved into here, shoved into the macerator, and shoved into the assembling machine. Right now the problem is I'm making too much copper wire, and it's getting shoved into here, and it's like fully taking up the entire space in here. Once I get a little bit of coal going, like a decent amount of coal going, it's not going to be a problem. I will never backlog with copper wire before I backlog with coal. However, until we get this thing leveled up all the way and I get some pristines going, and it looks like I have one, which means I can produce some coal and set my item frame. But like once this thing gets going, we'll be completely fine. As you can see, once the coal goes in here, it macerates incredibly quickly. I think what I have here is all of the mental strength that I have for tonight, for this game, because, whew, this pack is something else. It can take a lot out of you, at least at the beginning stages. So I'm gonna let that guy run up. I disabled working for this guy, so he'll allow me to build up some coal, and yeah, I think we should be able to come back tomorrow and set this up completely. I looked at what we have left to do. This is going to be fairly simple. I just need another MV assembling machine, which is a little bit of crafting, but I'll live. And then I just need these wires, which will be super chill. And then we should be able to backlog a ton of first tier circuits. So I'll see you in the morning, and I hope I sleep well, because you'll be back in 2 seconds. You will not be sleeping. Okay, it's the next morning, and look where we're at. We have a ton of coal there, and approximately 25,000 more there, and we're backed up on resistors. I actually did a little bit more work, so we actually have all 4 of the components right here fully automated, and basically, let me show you what I added. So, if we go up here, you can see I added a fluid solidifier for the polyethylene sheets. I am now creating aluminum foil automatically, and I'm also backing up aluminum plates into this chest using aluminum. Over here I have another wire creator, so I'm making copper wires and then fine copper wires right there. And over here I actually created an air collector, which is creating air, and I'm using this to make polyethylene faster. If you remember, I was making polyethylene using oxygen first, except oxygen collection is really slow, and I don't think it's worth the extra half ingot you get at all. It appears my biomass is not quite keeping up with the new demand. However, I can add a couple more later and that'll be fine. Over here I created another advanced assembling machine, which is creating these capacitors using the polyethylene sheets and the aluminum foil that I'm creating right over on the other side. And with this capacitor drawer is shoving into here, and now we have everything we need to create first tier circuits for essentially forever. One other thing that's happening is I have semi-automated aluminum production over here. I just added a drawer and a little conveyor module that shoves this clay into here, and then 2 electrolyzers that are shoving aluminum and all the other byproducts into here. And then if we go over to our blast furnaces, you can see that I have this thing right here. This is importing into our ME system, and this is full of aluminum dust. I am now running this blast furnace at HV at full uptime, and we will start to slowly but surely back up on aluminum once this drawer fills up with 4 stacks of aluminum plates, and another 2 stacks of aluminum go into here. So let's go ahead and finish up automating these circuits. So the way I'm going to set this up is actually using a limited item filter. So if I grab a single stack of each of these guys, I think that's a single stack of everything. And now if I use conduits, I can put a item filter right here, tell it to only input 1 stack of each of the 4 of these per time, or like per any given moment. And then let's insert it on like magenta or something, and we'll extract this one on magenta, and then it should begin putting all that stuff in there. Yeah, and now we're creating circuits. So let's extract on gray, might as well, and throw it into a drawer also on gray. There it is. And it should be going in. Perfect. So now I just need to storage bus this drawer with the circuits, and we will be technically, I think, creating circuits for forever. I need to watch the system for a little while and make sure nothing backs up, but I think it's time to close up all these holes and make everything look a little bit nicer again. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and I'll be back in just a moment. Now, doesn't that look nice? Over 200 basic circuits at this moment. and climbing. Everything seems to be keeping up. The one thing that's not appears to be these capacitors, since they take so long to craft. However, I think we're going to be able to get through it and backstuff this drawer without having any issues. And I cleaned up this place just a little bit. There's more that I want to do here and make this look a little bit better, because it looks very not even fairly, very messy at this point in time. I don't know what I could do to fix that, but I'm going to try and do something. So I don't think we're going to be able to get into automating this stuff today, because I'm going to need this stuff to back stuff first before I actually try and use any of it. So let's spend a moment potentially setting up blast furnaces. Okay, so let's spend a moment setting up this second blast furnace, and that should be 3 away from this, so I have input, and output. And I'm going to actually have to change this slightly because I need to put a mixer down on top of, let's say, this first input, and I'm going to force it to output directly into that input bus. The way this is going to happen actually is this is going to change, and then I'm going to export with a capacity card glowstone and redstone into here to make energetic alloy blend. So let me grab a little bit of glowstone and redstone. There we go. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to export into a drawer on top, and then I'm going to... Let me figure out how I want to run this, because I might run this wire instead of directly on top like up here. Okay, I did decide to run this up top, so I'll just run that all the way down over here, eventually when I need them. So what I have here is an export bus, exporting those two things into the drawer and then into this, and this is exporting directly into the input bus. And then on the next one, I can literally just shove a normal export bus and set that for gold. And I'm producing gold automatically, so this shouldn't be an issue, and I should simply be able to create, what is it called? Energetic alloy forever. As soon as I replace this, let's check, is it working? It is working, and it's working at MV, so it shouldn't use that much energy, and hopefully everything will keep up. Ooh, that's actually bad. I might have to use a limited item filter here too. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to go make one right now. I added that limited item filter right there, and I don't know why there's this little red line. I'm not completely sure why it's there. It looks like a chunk border thing, but it's not. But now I am only putting a stack of glowstone and a stack of redstone here, and this thing is starting to back up, and we are starting to get energetic alloy. So the last thing I have to do is set this to my ender chest for the ME system, and it should begin to import into the ME system automatically, right? Yep. So now we should be automatically getting energetic alloy for forever, essentially. I won't have to worry about that. I think, yep, right there, I have it on my drawer wall, and that should be great. Now what I can do also is set up the next one. All I'll need is 2 export buses. This blast furnace is going to be a lot easier. I only have the 2 import buses, which I can set to energetic and ender pearl, and I just need to hook those up to my ME system, just like so, and they should begin shoving the things that they need to into there. And this one is creating my vibrant. I think this is slightly slower than that one, so we should still begin to back stuff energetic as soon as, you know, things start working well, but we're going to start getting both, which is perfect. Now I can check and see, yeah, all my energetic's gone, and vibrant should start going up slowly but surely. These last 2 blast furnaces are going to be for sterling silver and stainless steel. Sterling silver is useful for auxiliary upgrades for my power producers, so they'll create more power and use more resources to do so. However, they're not going to get automated today. That's going to be too much work, and I'm not in the need for it at this point. And since we're getting towards having things running pretty much full time, let's check the power output. So we're producing around 1800 per, which means we're around 2/3 of our energy like maximum, which is not amazing, which means we're going to have to either upgrade those or add more of them later. However, I need to check something. Diamonds. Okay, we are still gaining diamonds slowly but surely, so that means we can definitely run more numismatic dynamos even if we run them at full power. Yeah. Okay, let me think about what we can do next. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to have to end this episode here today. I'm pretty sure we're long on time, and I have to let some of this stuff back before we can reasonably move on with anything else. First things first, next time we're going to have to set up applied energistics automation so we can start automating all of the things that are used to automate applied energistics, because crafting these things by hand is really just painful. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like or something. I don't really care. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye. I said that twice, didn't I? Bye-bye.